Hello all of my otaku friends, my name is Profitaku and welcome back to my channel. This is a collective haul from August and September. I skipped out on my August haul as I was getting ready for school and I was a little bit too busy. As you can see, I have a lot of stuff and this is a combination of stuff I bought from eBay, from the Right Stuff summer sale, so it's really a great haul. I'm super excited to show you what I got. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, we're going to start with the bigger series first. This first series here is A Bride Story. This is basically everything up to date, volumes 1 to 12. These are by Yen Press in the hardcovers, singles, and they're just absolutely beautiful. So this is something that's been on my radar for a long time, and I'm so glad it was on the Right Stuff summer sale. This gives me Golden Kamui vibes or Kamui vibes. It's super cool. It's about this girl here and basically her in the 19th century, and she's in an arranged marriage and to a 12-year-old boy, and it's about the culture of Central Asia and the daily, basically a slice of life of her and this boy as they go through life together. It's really interesting. The artwork's absolutely beautiful and I cannot wait to dive into this. It seems like a series that I would really love. So next up for my bigger series is a holy grail of mine, and if you've seen my previous video of the most money I've ever spent on a manga series, then you know that this is GTO 1 to 25, Great Teacher Onizuka, and there's some spin-off series as well, but this series, I have been enjoying this so much. I'm currently reading it. I'm on volume 19, so I've got 6 more to go, and it's basically a story about this Japanese 22-year-old boy named Onizuka, and he wants to be the greatest teacher of all time, and that's him right there. But his whole thing is he's kind of an idiot and his students try to take advantage of him and they get into crazy hijinks. It's a comedy shonen. Great series. Check out my video on it if you have the time. So the last large series that I got for this haul was volumes 2 to 12 of Sweetness and Lightning. And so this was the last thing on the summer sale, and I was kicking myself for missing this in like summer of 2020, so I'm super glad they put this back on sale. And it's actually a really heartwarming slice of life story. You've got this girl here and the father, which is right here, and he is raising her alone because his wife died, and this woman shows up. And it's basically their relationship together, the three of them, and how cooking kind of brings them together. It's super sweet, super comedic, just definitely something that I would love, especially as a kind of stress reliever of manga as I read through some heavy stuff. So yeah, Sweetness and Lightning, super glad to have it. Love the coloring of the spines and everything. Love all these little food things right here. Yeah, it is a cooking manga, so you know, that's just something that you need to be aware of if you want to get into it. So the rest of this haul are just a bunch of singles or shorter things, and so I'm just going to kind of breeze through them, not talk too much about them so that this video doesn't go on for 20 million minutes. So this next series of books are from Kinokuniya, New York, when I went there in August, and so I highly recommend you check that video out. But here we have Blue Giant Volume 5-6. This is a great series. If you love music, you will love this. It doesn't dive too much into the playing because with the playing, you can't actually hear what's going on. So there's a lot of story though, great characters. It's just really heartwarming to see all the hard work going on. So yeah, Blue Giant. If you don't like music manga, then obviously don't get this. But yeah, this is really a great read. Next up is Great Pretender Volume 1. This was really good. It's just like a hijinks type of thing, like scam artist. This is a Netflix original anime. I love original anime, so this is the manga adaptation, which I didn't know. And so I think because the manga is actually on hiatus right now because the manga artist is sick, so I think I'm just gonna watch the rest of this on Netflix. But the manga is really good too. I enjoyed it. Last two things I got from New York City is the Spice and Wolf art book and the Shuzo Oshimi art book. Both are awesome. I just love Shuzo Oshimi so much with the dark, sketchy artwork. Spice and Wolf is something that I can't wait to get into. I got the collector's edition from Yen Press. So yeah, two great art books. Super glad to have them. Okay, continuing on. Fire Force Volume 23. We're getting really close to the end. You can just tell. As always, great shonen series. Definitely can get confusing at times, and there's a lot of fan service, but it's gotten better. At the beginning, there was a lot of it, which is why a lot of people dropped it. But, you know, if you can get past that, it's actually a pretty original idea. Next up is The Promised Neverland, Volume 20. So, I finally finished this series, and I know a certain YouTuber from across the pond wants me to read this really bad, and so, Tiffany, I will be reading this very, very soon. I promise you. So yeah, Promised Neverland, Volume 20. It's all on my shelf complete. Komi Can't Communicate, Volume 14. Great series. It gets better and better. Ups and downs. It's a roller coaster rom-com in terms of stability of story, whether it just kind of grasps your interest, whether it progresses forward. But it's still good enough for me to keep picking it up. So yeah, Komi Can't Communicate. Next up is ID Invaded, Volume 2. This is a 3-volume series. It's kind of like a side sequel story to the actual original anime series, so it's all new material, so it's not like the manga adaptation of the series. So if you liked ID Invaded, definitely give this series a shot because it's just some expansive material, so it's a lot of fun. Check out my video on the series as a whole. Next up is Die Dark, Volumes 1 and 2. I'd been waiting for Volume 1 to get back in stock for, I think, almost a year, and I was not going to pay scalper prices. I know better. So I'm glad to finally have these two. This is the same mangaka who did Dorohedoro, and she is absolutely awesome. So I cannot wait to get into these. I think I might just kind of keep stockpiling these up until I can just read a big chunk of it. So yeah. Next up is Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro, Volume 8. Yeah, so the anime ended. They're saying there's going to be a season 2. I just love the way this rom-com is going. It's really kind of taken a 180 from what the premise of the story, she teasing the senpai, and it's really heartwarming now, and I really love the direction that this story is taking. Last up in this stack is Shaman King. We've got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So yeah, you know, Shaman King, I just don't know. I just don't know if I'm going to keep these or sell them off. I think overall the story is interesting, but it's a little too kiddish for me. I can see the downfalls of this series for sure. It's just not deep enough for me to really get into it, like a One Piece or, you know, some of the other battle shonens out there. So yeah, Shaman King, take it or leave it. I'm gonna give these two a read, and if I'm not liking it, I'm probably gonna drop it. Continuing on with the small single volumes from Yen Press, we have Marukuchan Volume 3. The anime for this is supposed to be released this fall, so looking forward to that. This is getting really good. You know, I had my doubts at the beginning. I was like, slice of life horror, which was like, okay, like sure, but the progression of the lore and kind of the backstory behind why this is happening and how our main character deals with it, it's really, really cool, and it's getting awesome. So yeah, and this is only the 3rd volume, which is good. I like the pacing of this, so highly recommend Marukuchan now. I mean, I had my doubts, but yeah, it's growing on me. Next up is Undead Unluck Volume 2. This volume really showed me the downfalls of Undead Unluck and why it has such a surprisingly low rating on Mal. And this is because it's too confusing. Things happen and they're just not explained, and it gets really, really hard to follow. Now, that being said, the characters are cool. The art is great, Shonen Jump craziness, but yeah, I think the story is just not explained well enough. I'm going to keep picking it up because I do enjoy it, but yeah, it's definitely a shortcoming for me, which is why I don't think it's going to be, you know, the best shonen of all time. Next up is Joramia Volume 15. I'm super glad I took a break from this series because I binged the whole series, 1 to 14, and then I did a review on it, and you can check that out on my channel, where I was like disappointed in the direction of the series, and with 1 volume left to go, I'll be curious to see how it ends, but I can appreciate the side characters a lot more in this volume because I took a break from it, and it was really, really funny, and I really enjoyed it, and I kind of wish I can retract a lot of the things I said in my review. If this ends well, this is a top 5 rom-com for me for sure. Next up is a Reddit buy. This is Yu-Gi-Oh! The Omnibus 1, 2, 3. I loved the card game growing up. I was one of those nerds that played in the library at middle school, and I'm not ashamed to admit that. And you know what? I'm a dweeb now, and I was a dweeb then, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! I heard the manga is super, super dark, so I can't wait to get into this one. Next up, Kaguya-sama Love is War Volume 20. You know, we're getting into the thriller aspect of the series. It's kind of taking a different turn, and it's a lot of thriller stuff, which is cool. I like that they're making it fresh, but what I don't like is that it's not as funny as it used to be. And there are some funny chapters in here that kind of break that up. And I wish we would go more towards that because I miss the rom-com, the comedy aspect of this manga. So yeah, and it's not really focused on the relationship of Kaguya and Shirogane. It's on the other characters, the side characters. So yeah, I don't know. I had this super high rated, but it's starting to go down for me, which is kind of sad. Next up is A School Frozen in Time, Volumes 2 and 3. This is a 4-volume series. I have not read it yet, so I'm going to wait for the 4th volume to come out and binge it. The art is done by the same artist who did Your Lie in April. And this series is about a group of people who are stuck in a school and there's a murder. It's a murder mystery. Ooh, scary. Next up is Quintessential Quintopolis, Volume 14. I would see this in the bookstore all of August, and I said, no, I am not going to pay $12 for something that I bought it for $7 on Right Stuff. I'm glad I waited. I got it. I love the ending. I don't care what anybody says. I thought it was a good ending, and it's a good series, and you need to check it out because it is a really, really good harem rom-com. You're really going to enjoy it. Last up in this stack is Laid Back Camp Volume 10. What do I need to say about this? I've said this time and time again. I'll say it again. Camping, cute girls, super informative, super fun. Yeah, I love it. I'm glad that Volume 10 came out. I'm looking forward to the next volume. So I just want to let you know as I continue to go on through to the bigger books here, I'm really like getting sweaty because I'm just talking so much. These take a lot of energy out of you. I don't know if you guys know this, but it does take a lot of work to put these together. Next up is Saint Young Men Volume 6 hardcover. Buddha and Jesus, who are roommates in Tokyo. Super, super funny. I really do enjoy this series, and I really love the hardback prints on these. The artwork's great, and it just keeps getting better and better. Good side characters. So yeah, Saint Young Men, love it. Next up is Fist of the North Star, Volumes 1 and 2 in the Viz hardcovers. Very similar to the Saint Young Men hardcover, but I have not read this yet. This is a old Shonen Jump title, and it's got kind of that JoJo's artwork in it. And I think, if my memory serves me correct, it's like a post-apocalyptic story with a lot of blood and guts. So yeah, super excited to get into this. A lot of people have been raving about this on YouTube. Next up is My Senpai is Annoying Volume 5. So Suki Notes says a lot of great things about this. This is a full color manga. The anime is about to be released. Workplace kind of romance, rom-com type of thing. So no, I have not read this yet. This is actually the next rom-com that I want to read, and I want to just keep up to date with it. So yeah, I'm super excited to get into this. And last up in this stack is To Your Eternity. This is volumes 7 to 14. So that puts me up to date with this. I have not started this yet. The anime just got a second season. This is the same mangaka who did Silent Voice. And all I'm going to say is that the reason why I just totally bought everything on the summer sale for this was because I just know I'm gonna like it. I love Silent Voice. I'm gonna love this too. And all of my friends who have watched the anime said that they cried like 2 or 3 times so when they were watching the anime. So I cannot wait to get into this. This is my next seinen series. All right, one more stack of manga here. This is number 5, a new release by Viz. This is by Taiyo Matsumoto, same mangaka who did Ping Pong and Tekken Kinkri, the black and white one that I see floating around here. So this is a post-apocalyptic sci-fi manga. One of his earlier works, I think, and it's not too long of a series. I think it's only 8. It's definitely single-digit volumes. So super excited about this. I'm gonna let this one stack up before I read it, and I also want to read Ping Pong before I read this. So, and that's a complete series that I have in my collection currently. Next up is Blue Flag Volume 8. This is one that came in August. So I have this series complete. This is kind of a love triangle manga. So I'm super excited to just get into it. There's a lot of hype around it. A lot of people says it has a good ending. A lot of people says it has a bad ending. So I'm super excited just to have another romance series in my collection. Next up is Asadora Volume 3. I don't need to say anything about Naoki Urasawa. I am the biggest fanboy of Urasawa, and I have every possible thing I can get a hold of his. And so yeah, I am reading this as it comes out. I don't care that I forget most everything that happens because it's a slow burner. I'm still gonna read it, damn it. Next up is Volume 7, 8, and 9 of Sweat and Soap. And what I think a lot of people get conflicted with in this series is that there's not enough conflict going on. And Meet the Weeb family has talked about this a lot. But Volume 9 has, as you can see, she's sobbing. So there is dilemma in this series. And it's all the dilemma in this series is resolved very well and it's a very healthy relationship, and it's depicted very realistically. So that's why I love this series so much. It's a 10 out of 10 in my book, and I can't wait to see how it finishes at 11 volumes. Next up is Blue Period Volume 4. I continue to read this and I continue to love it. I love the story. It's so deep. I love all the information about art. I'm not an artist, I'm a musician, but I can really appreciate what's going on in this manga. So yeah, I enjoyed Volume 3. I cannot wait to get into Volume 4. A new series is The Yakuza's Guide to Babysitting, Volume 1. If you like Way of the House Husband, you will love this manga. I could not stop laughing. This was so funny. This is about this girl right here, and she's the Yakuza leader's daughter, and then this is one of the henchmen, and so his job is to babysit the boss's daughter. And it is so cute, and she is like the most sweet thing, and he has such a hard heart, but then he warms up to her, and I don't know. I mean, this might be, if this keeps going in the direction the first volume did, this could be a superstar series. So put it down now. The publisher for this is Catan Books, so I don't know how fast this is going to get published, but I really wish this had been picked up by somebody else so that we could get this faster. Next up is Solo Leveling Volume 2. Solo Leveling is great. I'm so glad that we're getting these releases. The art is absolutely incredible, and the story is just as good as the art. So if you're looking for a great isekai type of story, definitely pick this one up. They are heavy and they are expensive, but they are worth every penny. Next up is Golden Kamuy or Golden Kamuy Volume 23. I looked it up online, by the way, the pronunciation, and a lot of people say it's Kamui, and so we can just have a nice debate in the comments of how to pronounce this. This is great. I've talked about this before, so I'm not going to rave too on about it, but yeah, if you're looking for a good seinen series that has everything in it, historical, funny, comedy, battle, food, this is your series right here. Next up is Donuts Under the Crescent Moon, an office Yuri workplace romance. This is Volume 2. I have not started this yet, but I do really want to start it. And so it looks super cute. As a young adult, I do appreciate a more adult-themed romance, so that's why I am picking it up. Last manga-wise that I picked up was The Great Jahi Will Not Be Defeated, Volume 1. This was a cover buy because it looked really cute, but this was hot garbage. I did not like it. I am dropping it. I am not buying any more of this. I did not think it was funny. I thought I was very bored. I didn't like the artwork. Every chapter, it recapped, like, why she was in this position as a little girl, and it's just really annoying to have to reread half of the chapter, reread the same goddamn thing. So I do not recommend you pick this up. If anybody does like this series, do let me know, why, because I really can't find the appeal in this at all whatsoever. So I did pick up some Blu-Rays over the last 2 months, and I did want to show you what I picked up because I did pick up some cool stuff. Most of these are from the summer sale. This one is not. This is from eBay. This is Gurren Lagann. This is the DVD release of the series, and this is just the TV series. It's not the movie after it. The reason why I picked this up was because I am so sick and tired of having to think about paying Aniplex prices. It's $139 or something like that on Right Stuff, and it's this like box set Blu-ray with the series and the movie. I just can't justify paying for that, so I paid $40 for this. This is out of print. You can't get this anywhere else. So I'm glad to have an official release of this series, and I don't really care about the movie because I've never watched it. So I'm very happy with how the main series ended. So that's how I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it as a DVD and watch it on my PS4. So the next thing I got was Series Experiments Lane, and this is the Blu-ray. This I heard was a very kind of experimental anime series at the time. It's super dark, super gritty. So I'm excited to get into this. I really don't know anything about it, but I've heard a couple people recommend this to me, a couple of my friends. So yeah, I'm glad to have this in physical form. A movie that I've wanted to watch for a long time was The Girl Who Leapt Through Time, and so I did watch it, and it was a great movie. It was very heartwarming. The concept of it was super cool. It's about this girl who gets the power to go back in time and kind of redo things. And so she takes advantage of this and does this over and over. There's romance aspects to it. And yeah, so yeah, this is really, really good. I highly recommend any of you guys check this out in a physical form. Next up is Premiere. I think that's how you pronounce it. This is by Studio Trigger. This is their first feature filmed anime like movie, and this is the same studio who did like Kill la Kill, and so this I'm super excited to get into. I love Studio Trigger's like artwork and stuff like that, so I'm super excited to see what it's about. I don't know anything about this. I think it's some sort of post-apocalyptic thing, but it was actually playing in the movie theaters last week, and I never got to go see it. So I'm glad I have the Blu-ray of it. I want to check it out. So this might be something I watch in the next 2 weeks. Next thing up is Darling in the Franxx Part 1. And so this was stupid. So I bought Part 1 and Part 2. It was on sale for the summer sale, not knowing they were releasing a steelbook complete edition of this for $10 less, at $40 for the whole steelbook. And even after the discount, it was $50, the summer sale discount for both parts. So I'm a little bit mad that I picked these up, but I am glad I just have the series. So I am going to be watching this very, very soon. I've heard very good things about it. It's one of those original anime series that gets a lot of hype and a lot of fight. So last up, this is a $25 blind box item that I got, and I'm actually kind of disappointed in it. This is Sword Art Online 2, so this is the sequel series, and this is the limited edition Blu-ray. This is the episodes 15 to 17. So this is, I think this is an Aniplex release actually. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do with this. I don't need this. I don't plan on watching Sword Art Online anytime soon, much less the sequel series. So if anybody wants this, I'm happy to send it to you for free. So yeah, just let me know, and if you've made it to this point in the video, you've earned it. So let me know if you want it. I'll send it to you for free. And that's it, everybody. Thank you so much for watching this collective haul video. It's been a great 2 months of just getting manga. I have read a ton of manga. I've read almost 100 volumes over the last 2 months. So I'm glad I kind of just took a little break to just read, and get back into school. Now I'll be going back to the monthly stuff. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of put everything into one video. So thanks for sticking around. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button, tap the subscribe button, hit that notification bell so that you know when more of my videos will come out. I will see you in the next video. Take care now. Bye-bye.